Look, let's get to the sauce of it. I realized that these last few years were nothing more than initiation. I realized that. They took everything, watched me overcome, watched me rise, watched me build, watched me grow, and watched me completely circumvent everything they considered power to make. They watched me create a new infrastructure, create a massive following, inspire many, regardless of perceived social status or financial gain. They watched me gain clarity, wisdom, knowledge, and teach it to many without searching for any of the things they consider success. They watched me not look for clout, not look for fame, not look to do whatever I could to get as much money as possible, and not step on next to get there. They watched me provide me what we needed, life-altering advice, and they watched me use my gifts, my talents to help so many. Because that's what I'm about. I have something that the billionaire class wants. They want it, they need it, well, they think they need it, but they're going to realize, and I can show them, I can teach them certain things, I can show them the way. What they're failing to realize at this current juncture is that once they get it, their motivations, their understanding, what they consider to be success, will all change to the point where they won't be able to misuse it. So it appears we're in an impasse, because I don't lie. I'm not lying when I say that I can teach you. But by the time you get to the point of having it, you will no longer find it useful for the current purposes you wish to use it for. Once I got it, by that time I was too enlightened, too aligned to desire to do anything but good with it. So this would be a complete shift. This would be something that is completely life-altering. This is transcendence, this is essential. These energetic gifts, these gifts I keep receiving, these natural gifts, they come from internal work and alignment. Anybody who does the amount of work that I have done to achieve that true enlightenment, universal understanding, would never have it in them to use it for negative reasons. So, if you think now you're trying to steal it as an option, it's not. It's just not. This is something that has to be done. I can guide you through the process to get there because God guided me. I'm willing to do this, but it's going to cost you. Because I can't pay to travel and work for free, especially in a process that's going to take at least a year or two for an already awakened individual. This is a process that took me 4 years. And if the world hadn't been throwing everything negative at me during the process, I would have done it much sooner. I would have accomplished this much more quickly. So I can say that I can cut that time in half with the coaching, with the instruction, with the knowledge, and the guidance through the awakening to the next levels. And I can teach you the key fundamentals to keep going to make your life exponentially expansive. I can teach you how to gain this clarity. Again, what I can't do is give it to you for free, because it takes continued work. You would have to be in a continuous relationship with me. You would have to see me every day. You would have to talk to me every day. You would have to receive guidance every day. But I can tell you what to expect. I can tell you all the symptoms and side effects. And those of you that will be able to afford my time in that manner would be, not having everything in the world thrown at you all at once to try to stop you. So the process that I've simplified could be done much, much quicker. Thing is, ascension is going to be in relevance to your life, your world, and your experiences. So I need this to be one-on-one. It would be necessary course of action. It would need to be one-on-one. It would need to be individual. It would need to relate directly to your circumstances. It would need to relate directly to your understanding. It would have to start on whatever level you're at and gradually progress until all of a sudden one day you have accessed your divinity. So if anybody is willing to make that type of commitment, you let me know. But in just a couple weeks around me, just a couple months around me, I have taught people things that have set them on a whole new trajectory in life. So imagine what I could do with a year. Imagine what I can do with a year of a simplified program that just, keeps going every day. Imagine if I can take what I've learned in the last 5 during my awakening and without having to go through all the side steps and missteps and outside external circumstances. And now that I've got the direct route, now that I've got the path, now that I know exactly how to get there, imagine what I can do in a fraction of the time of concentrated coaching. You've seen this. I've built a collective. I've changed the world. I've done amazing things. I brought myself into clarity, peace, abundance, and alignment. I've taught myself how to access new frequencies and vibrate new vibrations for the universe to respond to and bring things to me. I showed the real law of attraction. Not how it used to be perceived, but using physics, using neuroscience, using other aspects of emotional balance and energetic control. I have shown the world that this is possible. So now, it's time to go big. It's time to bring it out there. Now that that portion of the journey is complete, my elevation is right on point, right on track where it needs to be. It's time to help others achieve this. If anybody's interested, let me know.